Motherfucker, we tape a goddamn episode and not an hour later after
Yeah,
we finished.
it was literally like a few hours later. We recorded like that same Sunday the Oscars happened, and a few hours later, fucking social media explodes with the goddamn slap heard around the world. Holy shit.
We don't get to talk about it for another week. How funny
Yeah,
is that?
in typical Guns and Radio fashion, we are late to the party. This time, not so fashionably late. This is probably by the time like everyone's like sick of talking about this shit.
Yeah, now here we come.
Yeah, we love us a good
Oh my
celebrity
god.
feud, you know.
Well, we're going to talk about that today and so much more because Chris Caputo has discovered something great on Twitter.
Yeah, this is for all the wrestling fans that listen to us too. You probably already know if you're on Twitter and you're a wrestling fan, you've been seeing Buff Bagwell's Twitter, which is some fucking funny shit. Basically, old man discovers uh modern slang and technology, essentially. And there's some really funny examples we're going to show you here. So if you're watching the video version on Spotify, you're going to see them too. So
If you're not watching on Spotify, you're going to want to roll over to Spotify for this one. I know we
yeah,
say that every episode, but you know what? Like, we
listen.
appreciate everybody listening on all platforms.
Mhm.
But there's video on Spotify. So,
Yeah. Listen, you can't get Neil Young on here, but I think we're just as good, if not better, of a replacement than that. So
well, let's get her started. What do you say?
let's get right into it.
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guns in Radio podcast. And now, give it up for your hosts, Chris Caputo and Dustin Bonez.
Are we back?
We are back, and hot gossip is afoot this week on Guns and Radio, episode number 154.
I love how you've got your coffee ready for some coffee talk
I
here.
actually got some hot chocolate here.
Oh, nice. What's the weather like there?
Shit.
Oh, no. Is it cold?
Yeah, it's still like we're in like extended winter / spring where it's like some days it wants to be nice and like easy breezy, then some days it just wants to be fucking windy and cold. So it's like, make up your mind, Canada.
Oh, we're doing that thing where it's like really cold in the morning and then like hot as fuck in the afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, we're dealing with
Not
that
shit.
at the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now it's like 70 degrees outside. I got the windows open in the living room. I know the cat's
Nice.
digging that. I'm digging it too.
Hell yeah.
It's a good day to be I guess out and about. At least enjoy the weather while you watch TV.
Mhm.
That's the point of windows, right? So you don't have to go
Yes.
out and enjoy the weather.
Bring it to me. I am lazy.
Because God forbid I leave my fucking house.
I mean, some people still haven't left in 2 years, so you know.
I know it's been a while, man. I'm gonna tell you, that's one thing I never did fucking come back out. Because you remember when we first started doing this, some weekends I'd be like, "No, man, I'm going out, going partying, doing whatever." I'd come back with stories of shit that happened at the bar this weekend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if we recorded any of that or not, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now, motherfucker, I don't do shit. Like, I sit at the house, I play Skyrim, I do
We're
the
all
show
hermit
with you.
crabs now, basically.
I know, man. And I was listening to a podcast today called This American Life, and they were talking about schools going back and how some kids have decided not to go back the fuck at all. And so they're basically continuing. There's schools now that you can sign your kids up for if you don't want them to go back. They don't want to go back. And you can do all their schoolwork at home and say, well, fuck going back. And apparently that's happening in a lot of places. And
really?
Yeah, it's not really helping or hurting anything. It's just a
Mhm.
side note because they can't keep teachers, they can't keep bus drivers.
Mhm.
Uh, everything's falling the fuck apart, and it's because people got away from the
Mhm.
grind for a
Yeah.
little while, long enough to say, "Wait a minute,
There's an alternative.
this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? I don't even like this."
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
and people like we've been told our whole lives, well, you got to go out, you got to work, and you got to work hard and all this other shit, and people are like, fucking why?
Fuck that, bro. It's
Why?
2022. People work smarter, not harder, I think. In
Yeah,
some ways. In other ways, you gotta have to definitely put in the grind and work hard, but you can be a little smarter about it. There's
I
definitely
mean,
alternatives, and technology, I think, has sort of helped benefit that.
there's so many people working from home now, and if your
Mhm.
job makes you come back, there's so many other companies that won't, that you can just say fuck it and
Yeah.
go to another one. And people aren't doing bullshit jobs anymore for bullshit pay. Like it's
Yeah.
taking them too long. And then you got Republicans bitching about everybody wanting to actually be paid a living fucking wage for doing their
Yeah.
job. And so
Yeah.
whenever and so they're while they're over there blocking all the shit from happening,
Mhm.
people are just like, well, fuck this then. We just won't go back. We've done figured out how to make our money elsewhere. And now they're bitching because they won't go back to work, and they're trying to put all these mandates and all this other shit on it to force them to go back in. And everybody's like, everybody living off the fucking government. Well, like, we ain't got a goddamn stimulus in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the fuck they're getting that shit. But at the end of the fucking day, people are just fucking fed up with you and your bullshit, and they're not gonna. They've figured out they don't have to deal with it, and you know what? I'm happy for them.
Mhm.
I hope they keep it like this. Because by God,
I agree,
it's
'cause
been
it's
an
like
employer's job market my whole
Mhm.
goddamn life. And finally, we're the ones in control like we should have been all the fucking long. And I hope we fucking stay that way, because if you piss us off, we'll leave.
Yeah. I was even gonna add, like, what the definition of a quote unquote job is has like totally like changed. People found other avenues and stuff to do. Like there's so many things like I see online. It's like how to like, run your own like Shopify business. Or there's people like I don't know if you've heard of like drop shipping. These people like literally will go to a store, like something that they'll find like, oh, what's like a high ticket price item on Amazon, whatever. They'll basically find it somewhere in the store and sell it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like something like that. And they'll like, I've seen shit like that, like, I've seen, like, a video, like, this guy buys, like, 100 of these, I forget what it was, something, like, really cheap, like, $1.50, and he sold them for, like, $7 on Amazon, and he made, like, 10 grand in a day for,
Dude, there's
like,
all kind of
overtime.
shit out there that you can do that's better than.
Dude, that's the same thing, even with, like, like, the stock market, like, meme stocks and shit, it's kinda that same thing, it's people are, like, common folk like us, they're sort of just taking control of some things, you know?
And fucking good. I'm glad that they're doing it. Because the rich motherfuckers that ain't contributed shit to society have been
Mhm,
profiting off of us for too fucking long. And
exactly.
fuck them. That's what I
Fuck 'em
say.
all. Fuck 'em all to hell.
Oh man. So what you got for me tonight? You got, like, tell me what's going on in the good world of Canada.
Canada, I mean, nothing like crazy. I don't know. I mean, listen, Canadian politics is just like the tame version of like your American politics. Like, there's not enough beef to go around. Like, it's just stupid. It's nothing compared to like what we see like on like a CNN or something.
Yeah, it makes you glad you don't live in this shithole, huh?
In most ways, yes. I mean, unfortunately, the guy running our country isn't the best, but
Hey, at least if you get sick, you go to the doctor.
it's
We get
true.
sick, we got to file for fucking bankruptcy.
It's true. But we go
And
to a doctor and wait 3 hours,
hey, it's better than not
probably
going the fuck
longer.
at all.
Yeah.
Man, fuck, I finally went to the doctor
Hmm.
recently.
Hmm.
Found out my damn cholesterol is insane. Like, look at me. I'm a fat fuck. You telling me I'm paying you all this money to tell me I got high fucking cholesterol? I am 290 pounds. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
280 because I've lost a lot of weight recently for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I really can't figure that out. I keep looking at the scale and it keeps going down, and I'm not eating less.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say,
not
is this the
exercising.
start of your podcast weight loss program?
Yeah, this is my podcast weight loss program. I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking.
I'm hoping to God I'm not
use the
sick.
code GN Radio at checkout for 20% off my ebook
Yeah.
on how
I
to do it
mean,
yourself.
if it gets down to 250 without fucking explanation, I'll go back to the doctor and demand a goddamn CAT scan.
Bro, fuck that. Just go on WebMD. But then again, WebMD is highly
Yeah.
is worse than Wikipedia, and they'll just tell you if like you're coughing. Oh, it's probably cancer.
Oh yeah, everything's fucking cancer on
Yeah.
WebMD. Dude, I
Oh,
learned my fucking.
I have
Let
an
me
upset
tell you,
stomach.
man.
Yeah, it's probably like stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, dude, I had a little bit of blood come out when I doo-dooed one time, and I got on WebMD, and it took a doctor getting knuckle deep in my asshole to figure out I had hemorrhoids. Like, and all this could have been avoided if I'd have just not got on WebMD and went to the doctor first. Then he could have been like, "Oh, look, you have hemorrhoids." Didn't have to stick his finger all the way up my ass before he figured it the fuck out. Motherfucker's got me crawling the wall like Spider-Man while he's saying, "Just relax, just fucking relax." Well, fuck you, doctor. How about we trade places here? And this motherfucker had big hands.
My family doctor do the same thing to me.
Oh, this motherfucker had hands like a lumberjack. I swear to God. I think one of his fingers was that fucking big. At least it felt like it at one particular time in my life.
He was roughhousing that ass then. He's roughhousing your bussy.
Bussy. I didn't know what that meant before we kind of went over.
I was gonna say it's like something you and Buff Bagwell had in common for a while.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't want to keep going in the before we hit record. I didn't want to keep going on some of these because I want to save some of them for while we're on the show.
There's some pretty good ones. I got quite a few examples. We'll get into that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's read Buff Bagwell's tweets.
You want to go ahead and just open with that?
Whatever you think, man. This is your bit. You direct it.
Since we brought it up, we'll get right into it. Let's keep the people simmering and waiting for our thoughts on the slap heard around the world at the Oscars that like maybe your parents probably still watch, and Harvey Weinstein watches in his prison cell wishing he was still there to see what young talent he can coerce into fucking or something.
Wouldn't it have been some shit if he'd have won an Oscar?
Okay. Whatever. He's banned from Hollywood. That's good. Get him out of there.
Oh, I didn't know he was banned from Hollywood. You can get banned from Hollywood. They didn't ban Bill Cosby.
Fucking well, there's a difference. Harvey Weinstein ran a studio and was like a big wig, and
I don't know what he did.
The Weinstein Company. It was his own production company and shit.
I mean, like to get fucked up,
Films.
like.
Well, he was just position of power shit. That's all it was. He would basically position of power chicks. It's like, oh yeah, you want to role in this film? You better fucking suck my cock or whatever. I don't know exactly, but it was definitely like that shit. It was basically like a lot of sexual harassment, sexual assault.
So he's the one that got caught.
Yeah, and that was like Harvey Weinstein. That whole thing was like the catalyst of like Me Too and shit.
Dude, motherfuckers have been doing that for years in Hollywood. I'm not saying it's okay.
Oh, it's definitely not.
It's not okay by any stretch of the. And to be honest, I'm really glad that shit's got shut down.
Oh, hell yeah.
But what I'm saying is he wasn't the first.
Yeah.
And
I think he was just
fucking he ain't the last.
Oh, it was definitely a thing. Like Hollywood basically just like, turned the cheek on it. But I think at that point it was like the way like our like, sort of like culture and society was going, like enough was enough, and like it was bound to just implode at one point or another.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, that's another thing. Like that's we was talking about jobs and shit. Our generation's getting grown, and we're not putting up with the shit anymore from anybody. And so, yeah, good for them. Now, I think some of this fucking cancel shit's gotten way the fuck out of control to the point that I do not personally participate in any kind of cancellation, this bullshit, that, because it's another one every fucking week, and they scratch the bottom of the barrel for looking for shit to cancel somebody for these days.
Pretty much.
And when you gotta work for a reason to cancel somebody, then there ain't a fucking reason there.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to dig for it, it was unnecessary. So now some shit happens, yeah. By all means, fuck Harvey Weinstein. I don't even know what he did, but yeah, fuck him.
Oh, dude, fuck him. Fuck him to hell.
Yeah,
care.
fuck all these dudes. Like, but I mean, when like people start getting fucking canceled for shit they said like 30 years ago and shit like that, or somebody digs up an old tweet from like 2009 and
Yeah,
shit like that.
Unless the person's still a piece of shit and still saying that same shit, then okay, maybe you have a point. But like, you gotta like accept the fact that people change and people can become better human beings.
Yeah,
that's always like my like philosophy and life belief. It's trying to be 0.001% better the next day every time you wake up. So,
well, yeah, I agree.
You try to, man.
But yeah, the whole cancel and by the way, fuck the people that help spread this cancel this shit bullshit every fucking week, because it's diluted the whole
meaning of it.
Yeah, it's gotten so diluted that it doesn't mean any fucking thing anymore.
Yeah.
Over here having life philosophies and shit on a Guns N' Roses podcast. About to look at some tweets from an old man out of touch and shit.
I was gonna say Buff Bagwell's not that old. He's only like in his early 50s.
I don't know,
but
man.
I mean, like in like today's age, that's you're basically like on a fucking ventilator or something.
Yeah. I mean, this is funny to me because I've met Buff a couple of times, and he was always real cool to me in real life. But then you read about the shit that happens elsewhere, and it's like he's fucking crazy. And I'm like, damn, dude, this ain't the guy I was hanging with. I'm glad I didn't start rolling with him.
Mm.
Let's see some tweets.
All
Let's
right.
do this. I'm excited.
I got a few examples here. We're gonna go with this first one here. So if you're watching the video version, you're gonna see it pop up right about now. So this Buff Bagwell just learned what a vlog is. He says, back in my day, it was the black book I kept all my ladies in.
What?
I don't know if that's like a gigolo reference or something.
Oh, a vagina log. I get it. I get what you said.
Vlog.
I get it. Oh, man.
Number 2 here. Moving on. I woke up and I'm not trending, but cuck is. I now know what cuck means. I was gonna say, Buff, that's what you're doing other men when you're probably banging their wives as a gigolo on Showtime.
Oh, should I say it? What I said in the prelim?
I don't remember what you said.
Chris Candido.
Oh God, listen, a few of you will get that joke. So,
hey, he's been dead for like 10 years. I don't feel the least bit bad about making that joke. It's not too soon.
Yeah, that's true. Moving on to the next one though, because it's like it says, "I'm off to bed, guys. Thank you for an amazing day. I've learned bass Chad Bussy, no cap, and that everybody loves the acclaim."
So it's like he's just keeping a log of all of the shit that he learns off the internet.
Pretty much.
Oh man, I can't wait till he discovers what BBW means. Or BBC. BBC and not the channel.
Yeah. Okay.
I fucked up one time Googling shit because I was trying to find a nude scene with Billy Piper from Doctor Who. I knew she had one out there, and I was trying to find it. And I Googled Billy Piper BBC, and you know how when it can't find the words you're looking for, it'll give you the search results for everything it can find, then cross that out.
Yeah, it probably said turn your safe search on.
It crossed out Billy Piper and just gave me the BBCs, and that was not what I was looking for at the time. That kind of ruined the whole experience. So, turns out, for those of you listening that are curious, the show is called Diary of a Call Girl. And there's no real nude scenes, but there's pretty fucking close enough that you can get what you want to get out of it. So
yeah,
Bertram helps you find porn tonight on the Guns N' Radio podcast.
Dustin Bonez gives you love advice and guides you towards free pornography.
Things to not Google on Pornhub. And BBC is one of them, unless you're into that.
Unless you have a VPN and you're on the UK, like that's also going to show up.
Make it look like it came from Chris Caputo's house.
In this household, we use incognito mode.
Oh man, this is great. I'm digging this. What's the next one?
Right. Let's get the next one here. So Grindr isn't for weed now; it's for pussy. Too much internet for me. That's one of my songs.
That's good. That's my favorite one so far.
Right. Who knew Buff Daddy was all about that sticky icky in the 90s?
I mean, I knew that, but not about the. I'm surprised he ain't never done that. Like in that fucking. Remember when he was a whore? Ever tell you about the time I set up a Grindr account with some dude shit that sent a dick pic to my mom on Christmas?
What?
I didn't ever tell you about this.
No, what the fuck?
So we're sitting about 2-3 years ago. We're all sitting around doing our Christmas thing with the family.
All right.
And I hear my mom, she goes, "Oh, Lord, Dustin, get this off my phone." She's real Southern and everything. And I go, "What? What's going on?" So she hands me her phone, and some guy sent her a picture of his dick. And so I go, "Hang on, Mom, I'll take care of it." So I downloaded the picture of his dick off of it. He sent it on Facebook Messenger. So I saved the picture of his dick, and then I went to his profile picture, and the dumb son of a bitch had his address and his phone number and all of this shit publicly visible on his Facebook. So I downloaded 2 or 3 what I felt was sexy pics of him off of his Facebook, and I used his phone number. And even had his fucking email and shit. Like, I was easily able to get all of this shit. I don't know if it was all on his Facebook, but this took me about 15 minutes to set up. And I had all of his. So I set him up with a Grindr account. I used the dick pic and 2 or 3 pictures off of his Facebook. And I put his phone number in his bio. And I said, "Please text me them BBCs and them BWCs." And I put call me if you want to get nasty.
Yeah.
And then it had like
Daddy in there or something.
Yeah, and I put my fetishes. I like to pretend to be straight and make you want to chase me.
Okay. Oh, that sounds familiar.
That's where I got that from. Yeah.
Oh my God.
With Dwayne, yeah. This happened before Rick put Dwayne on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the whole "I like to pretend to be straight and make you want to chase me" thing came originally from me fucking with this guy that sent my mom a dick pic. And now what I like to think happened was that, because like if they send him a dick pic to his phone, then he's not interested. Mm-hmm. They're not going to keep pursuing him. He's going to delete it. You know what I mean? He's going to say, "What the fuck is that? Why are you sending me that?" And then they're just going to fucking ignore him and go on about their day. Yeah. And not waste their time on him. But this motherfucker, I like to think, until he changes his phone number, is just constantly getting dick pics sent to his text message. And doesn't understand why.
Stop the madness. Stop the dicks.
Hang on 1 second. Oh, no, then there was an alarm, but it was just a car. It was just a cop driving by.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Finally.
I can't believe I never told you that, though. That's funny.
No, that's news to me, man.
So and it was Christmas, motherfucker. Who's gonna send a woman who says she's married in her fucking profile and everything a dick pic on fucking Christmas?
That's the worst gift to receive. Even worse than socks.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought the punishment fit the crime.
Yep, I would agree. I would agree. Moving on to the next one here.
Oh boy,
this is a good one. So wait, they have an entire, and it's just he's screenshotting a thing of Urban Dictionary
It tells you
of
these
Badusi.
things. Wait, what is Badusi?
Yeah, noun, pungent odor of butt, dick, and pussy.
Oh, Badusi Bagwell.
He finds out what Urban Dictionary is. He's gonna.
I love
All
how
these
you
people are
didn't
probably
know
just
about
sending him
it.
terms. It's like put in like dirty Sanchez, golden shower. Imagine I was like, what the fuck are these people sending me?
Dude, did I ever tell you about the wrestler we had named Dirty Sanchez?
I think so.
He didn't know what that meant, and
Oh, yeah, I remember. This is a good one.
nobody told him for like a year. Oh man!
Shit. Yeah.
Oh, my face hurts.
It's only gonna hurt even more with these. All right. Where the
This
fuck
is
were
like one of
we?
my favorite bits we've ever done.
Yeah, and then someone responded to that tweet where he says, "Oh, there's a Urban Dictionary, whatever." When someone said, "Yeah, are you also aware you can watch porn on some websites for free?" He goes, "Wait, what?"
Oh man, how do you think we all saw yours, bud? We didn't pay for it. Wait, wasn't he in a porn?
No, he was on part of some like reality show or something on Showtimes about gigolos or something.
I remember him being a gigolo.
Yeah, and he was doing that for a little while, I think.
I'm surprised we hadn't got a Buff Bagwell porn yet.
I am surprised. I also I mean that gigolo show is probably the closest you're gonna get to anything like it. But I don't think they actually show anything. I don't know.
Listen, man, if anybody out there is really, really wanting it, it probably ain't over. We got a sunny one. I mean, it was a little too late.
Yeah, they paid her they probably bailed her out of jail just to do it. So
Look, man, I want another Pamela Anderson porn before I die, but I don't want her to wait till she's 80.
can't pick and choose, man.
I'll still watch it. Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I watched the sunny one. Have you seen that yet?
I've seen the trailer for it, and I said, who in their right mind would pay for this shit?
Who was it that was trying to get Jim Ross to commentate the sunny porn? Somebody wanted to set up a video. It's like we'll get the video, we'll watch it, we'll have 2 or 3 people there, we'll charge people to do it, and we'll get Jim Ross to commentate.
I don't remember, but that would be fucking funny. Oh God, what are they doing to this poor woman?
I was thinking, man,
broke her in half.
If Jim won't do it, Joey will.
Joey Styles, if he was still if he didn't leave the wrestling business, he probably would have. I mean, Jerry Lawler probably would, but then again, he'd probably say, "Wait, that's too old for me, brother."
Yeah, he don't like him past 22. I don't know. Him and Stacy's been. Was it Stacy?
The cat?
No, it's not Stacy. I can't remember his current cat. Stacy's his ex-wife.
That was when he literally left in protest because they fired her when they married.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember. Maybe I'm gonna Google it.
While you do that, I will post up the next one here because this one's a bit of a two-parter. So we'll show the first part here, and then it leads into some other ridiculous shit. So Buff sent this tweet here. It's, remember those vibrating WCW toys they did? Every mom in America would have had one if they made a Buff Daddy. And then this chick responds to him, says, "Can I get one made? I'm in dire need of a nice vibrating Buff Daddy. LOL." and then his response here: "Does Buff Daddy need to get in the vibrator business now?"
Oh, what was the first one? The bussy,
yeah. Grinder. It's not for weed, it's for pussy.
Okay, so back in 2016 they got arrested. It's Lauren now as his current girlfriend according to Google, but I don't recognize that girl. And The thing I'm just reading right now says Jerry Lawler and his girlfriend, McBride, Lauren McBride. Oh, that's the girl he's dating now.
Or I guess
No.
they're probably like common law or some shit. I don't know.
No, it's not Lauren. Lauren's not the one I'm thinking of.
Just go on Wikipedia. They probably have a whole list.
I
I mean, shit, this could be longer than Ric Flair's at this point.
I don't know. He keeps them a while, like in real. I mean, I make jokes about how young they are, but that's just because he's fucking old.
I mean, fuck Ric Flair. I think just got divorced recently.
Oh yeah, I heard about
The last
that,
few
man.
months.
How bad do you got to be that you rich and fucking marry this young ass woman who's waiting on you to die, and then she decides she just can't fucking wait anymore?
Bro, rich. That's the reason why he has no money. Is because he keeps marrying chicks.
Yeah, I say that Ric Flair is not rich.
That's probably the only reason why he went to TNA. He had to probably pay fucking alimony.
I think he went to TNA because he wasn't ready to go yet.
That too, I think. It was probably a mixture of a lot of things. A, the money. B, like, I bet, like, WWE, they're just trying to, like, get rid of him, like, shoo him off, like, you know, like,
Well,
throw
they'd
him to
seen
the
the writing on
wayside.
the wall.
Yeah.
His last, 3 years weren't that great. We're not Ric Flair. Like,
Yeah.
what was he doing? He'd gone from being the Nature Boy to being just some throwaway mid-carder.
Essentially, yeah.
Or Triple H's manager.
Yeah. Triple H's best friend.
Yeah.
Take that, Stephanie.
Stephanie cannot be Triple H's best friend. Your wife cannot be your best friend. There's no situation where your best friend should be ever holding on to your dick. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife cannot be your best friend. If I call you, we do it. I'm not getting a hand job from my best friend.
What? Whomst? Listen, save the best friendship for Instagram. For this.
Oh, man. You got any more of those?
We got one last one here.
Oh, man. Okay.
One last one to end it all.
All right.
Here you go. Today I learned what base means, and apparently I'm based. 2 muscle emojis and the 2 hats. Buff Bagwell, based daddy.
Oh my God. That is funny to me. Like the whole, I thought the Iron Sheik had the greatest Twitter of all time.
I was going to say, yeah, the Iron Sheik was great because there was 2 guys running it for him. This is Buff himself running this shit.
Oh, it was somebody else. That ruins it for me now.
Yeah, it's always been these like 2 guys from like Toronto running it for like years.
Hulk Hogan, you pussy! Like that's somebody writing that for him. That's not.
Yeah,
just
it's like every 6 tweet it's like annoying. It was like funny at first, but now it's just like meh. It's like, okay, we get it. You fucking hate Hulk Hogan. It's just like insert something topical here. I break your back, make you humble, Bubba, or something. I don't know. Fuck this person. Fuck the Chris Rock or whatever. Or fuck the Hulk Hogan. Raisin ball, no good jabroni. Fuck Justin Bieber. I don't know. It's like insert topical thing here. Fuck the president. Fuck this. I don't know. Fuck the Russia.
What do you think about this whole Chris Rock getting bitch slapped by Will Smith situation?
I see it as like I can kind of see like both sides of it, where people are like trying to defend one or the other. But it's one of these like typical situations where 2 wrongs just don't make a right at this point. Like I can see it from both sides, but it's just like they're both in the wrong and they're both fucking idiots. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, I would rather put more of the blame on the academy and like the network and shit themselves. Why was there no like security like stopping him from doing that? You just let a man walk on stage and assault another dude? Like that's fucked up.
Nobody
and they're
stopped
like
Kanye.
they're doing a internal review, which is bullshit. Like they're probably just gonna ban Will Smith for a few years and that's it.
Okay, I've been seeing a lot of videos where people think it's a work.
Yeah, because he was like laughing at first, and then like Jada gives him the look like the fucking death stares. Like you better fucking do something about this.
I don't know, man. See, I didn't interpret it that way. Like I think he was laughing. I don't read into him laughing at first too much because laughter is a social cue.
Mm-hmm.
And
instinctual in a way.
like, you know what I mean? Like, he laughed because everybody else was laughing, and there was the shock of it hadn't sunk in yet what he had said.
It was like what, bitch, you know, like one of those maybe.
Like, he was laughing on cue because the dude told a joke, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're, you know, you're supporting somebody. And then I think what happened was he was laughing, yes, but then it kind of, it's because, you know, it's a beat or two in, he kind of said to himself, wait a fucking minute. Because like Jada, it hurt her, and if you look at the video, he don't look over to Jada for no cue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure when the cameras wasn't on him for that split second, he might have looked over at her to confirm that she wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
It kind of sunk in what he said.
Yeah.
And
like, oh, fuck, bear defend a woman.
And then I think he got up and slapped the shit out of him before he realized what he was doing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and recently too, even like he even apologized to Will Smith. So like, respect on that. He actually, you know.
Yeah, Chris Rock apologized too.
Yeah,
they've both apologized by now.
They both basically apologized, but at the same time, it's just like they both realized they were wrong, and it was just like a fucking stupid thing. But
oh yeah, it was definitely stupid.
It was stupid. Like, listen, dude, don't attack a dude on national television. Like, do this shit backstage. Do it at the after party where like no one has their phone out or some shit. I don't know.
Listen, man, I've been married before, and when I was married, I have been in not that same situation by no fucking means. I wasn't at the fucking Oscars.
Yeah,
it was more like fucking family Thanksgiving. And which, by the way, family Thanksgiving in my little world of social people might as well be the fucking Oscars.
I was gonna say it's American Thanksgiving. That's like your second Christmas.
Yeah,
that's
so
pre-Christmas.
There was an incident that occurred at family Thanksgiving with my ex-wife's family where somebody said something to my wife at the time, and I didn't necessarily appreciate what they'd said, and I let them know in front of everybody in not the exact same fashion, but a very similar one, that you wasn't going to talk to my wife like that. And so from that perspective, I can see Will Smith's side of things. Had it been me sitting there and in the front row and all that shit, and a comedian come up and say some shit about my wife, which, by the way, she ain't shaving her head because she thinks it looks cool. She's shaving her head because she's got a disease that makes her hair fall out.
Yeah.
And like, let's say there was something similar and my wife, comedian, made a joke about it, and it was something that just cut like that, you know, was just mean and wasn't even funny. Like if it'd been a funny joke, and that's another thing. If it'd been funny, if it had been funny, yeah, that'd have been one thing. But it wasn't even a funny joke. It was just a mean joke. Yeah, I would have probably. I don't think I would have been able. I would have done slapped the shit out of him before I knew what I was doing too. And like I said, I've been there. I've done similar shit in defense of my own wife at the time. I'm not married now, was married before. And you don't, when that happens, one, you're not expecting it. You don't have time to prepare for it. You don't think about what you're gonna do, what you're doing. It just happens before you have a say in it, before you come back down.
Instant reaction kind of thing. You gotta do it like within like a snap, sort of.
And you know what? That is Will Smith's reaction is the right reaction. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. His reaction to somebody insulted my wife and did, you know what I mean? Did like that. And I got up and slapped the shit out of him before I realized what I was doing. That's the appropriate reaction. And if you out there and you've got a girlfriend, maybe a serious girlfriend, I probably wouldn't do it for some side bitch. But like somebody that is that close to you that you really care about, and somebody fucking does some shit like Chris Rock did, and you don't get up and slap the shit out of them before you have a chance to catch yourself, like, you don't, you know what I mean? Like even if he'd have stopped halfway, if he would have caught himself before he got up to Chris Rock and slapped him and turned around and sat back down, I still would have had the same respect. But no, man, you don't care about somebody if you don't like you can't control it. It ain't something you can say toxic masculinity and throw all this bullshit out that people are saying these days. But at the end of the day, his reaction was the right reaction. You gonna insult my wife? Fuck you. Like, say it again. Motherfucker.
I can kind of see why. I can see why someone would react that way. I feel like do that shit though, like not in a public forum.
Well, you ain't gonna be mad anymore by the time you get to the after party. You've had time to calm down then, and then you ain't gonna slap him at all. Then you're gonna say, "Hey, look, man, what you said was not right, and you need to go over there. You need to tell Jada, like that." And honestly, that's probably what should have happened.
Yeah.
But at that particular moment, shit just escalated too quick, and he got too hot too fast. And when a dude gets too hot too fast, shit tends to happen like that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And then he calmed down and he apologized, and he worked it into his speech.
Kind of.
Sort of, yeah. But I mean, it's a professional environment. That speech was already written. He wasn't going to deviate from it too damn much. But I mean, like you have time to, even when I fucking got up and put her uncle in her place, I apologized. And he apologized, and we was all like, "This is a normal fucking thing."
It is. I think like that's why like it's such a huge thing that everyone's like fucking talking about. Because like it could happen to me or you, any one of you people listening to as well. Happen to anyone. It's happened to most of us at least once. Something similar like this.
I guarantee if I disrespected your girl, no matter who I am, me and you was like fucking tight. But if I disrespected your girl, like you probably get up and slap shit out of me before you realize what you're doing. Then you know what? We'd both be mad for a minute, and eventually we both gonna start thinking, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry. You're gonna say you're sorry. We're gonna go back to being friends.
Yeah,
I mean,
essentially, I think it's just like maybe it's a male thing. I don't know.
I think it's just an anger thing. I think it's just an instinct thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely instinctual. It probably wasn't the right sort of instinct to act.
Oh, it wasn't the right thing to do by no stretch of the imagination, but it was the right reaction to have. Like, it was not a crazy situation, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, this is some shit that would normally happen at Redneck Thanksgiving. And it just happened at the fucking Oscars.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen at like some like very fancy like black tie affair,
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect this shit.
I mean, I don't know. This can't be the first motherfucker got slapped at a black tie affair. I don't.
Yeah, but not on camera. They probably did it like backstage or something.
It's usually the woman doing the slapping, because you all the time seeing some man get his wine thrown in his face.
Listen, at least rock stars have the decency to do it backstage or at an after party.
Like Vince Neil and Axl Rose.
And Izzy Stradlin.
Oh, wait, that was Kurt Cobain. Was that Kurt Cobain and Izzy Stradlin that got in the fight?
No, it was Vince Neil and Izzy Stradlin.
Oh.
Well, because I think Axl and Kurt Cobain like exchanged some words and shit, but then Duff tried to get all like big league, like fucking Nirvana's bassist, and then like nothing happened.
I just want to step in and say a few words real quick about the situation that happened with Izzy Stradlin.
Oh, okay, sure, Vince. I mean, you can even talk about this whole recent the slap heard around the world. I know you're pretty familiar with all-star celebrity feuds, so I'd like to hear your take on this.
Well, I just want to say, as a man that's been slapped once or twice in my life, that Chris Rock he should press charges. I mean, I press charges against every woman that's ever slapped me, and that's why I'm in court every other fucking week. But then this whole Me Too thing came along, and so I kind of had to duck out on that. But anyway, I want to say that, what happened between me and Izzy Stradlin was completely blown out of proportion. Okay, all he did was he gave me a little jab, and people said I cried and I peed my pants, and that is not right. I was not crying. He hit me in the eye. My eyes watered up a little bit, and I didn't pee my pants. I mean, a little bit of pee came out, but I did not pee my pants.
All right, that's your side of the story. I'll take your word for that then.
All right, that's enough Vince Neil.
Vince Neil. What a gentleman.
I know, right?
I mean, I was gonna mention, like, since he's now not at Corey for the week, that's why he has time for the adult spa.
Yeah. I think he was calling from the adult spa right there.
Yeah, I think I heard like a faint hot tub sound in the background. Some sizzling in there.
Could be.
It was a whirlpool lounge.
We'll have to remember that when he calls in the next time.
Put in like fart sounds, make it sound like you shat in the pool or something.
Well, I said my point of view, and like, what do you think? Am I wrong? Am I just being an asshole? Like,
no, I mean, not entirely. To me, I see it's like they were both kind of in the wrong in a way, and that's like, I always believe, two wrongs don't really make anyone right. So that, like, they're both like at fault. No one really won in this situation, and at least they both, are, for lack of a better term, like man enough to know that they were wrong and they apologize, and now it's something that's just like whatever. I blame more or less the Academy and the Oscars themselves for letting something like this fucking happen. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if this was like some like pre-written joke or something. Like, what, they just threw it out there to get a reaction or some shit. Like,
you think Chris Rock wrote that joke?
Maybe yes, maybe no. Because then people are bringing up evidence when he hosted the Oscars like 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever, that he made similar jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So like apparently, and then there's a rumor like, oh, Chris Rock and Will Smith had beef beforehand or some shit. Like, I don't know, but like, still, like, if you saw him going up there to fucking slap a dude, wouldn't you not like have security to be like, yo, chill, step in between, and don't let this happen?
Well, that ain't nothing like that ever happened before.
That's
like,
true, but still.
I mean, for all they knew, he was going up there to be like, "Ah, you son of a bitch! I'll take you to the moon" or something.
You
like
literally
that.
could have stopped it before it happened, and it wouldn't be this whole blown out of proportion thing.
Yeah, but he could have. But like, if it would have been a funny joke, Will Smith could have went up there on stage and gotten his face, but like, "Hey, now," and made it funny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like, dude, stand up and say, "Yo, don't talk shit about my wife." Don't fucking have to go up there in his face. Like, I don't know. What? At the end of the day, they're both wrong. And they're both fucking idiots. The only difference is Will Smith's been good at crying for the last few years, and well, I'm sorry to say it, but he's a fucking cuck. So
I wouldn't have cried. I wouldn't have cried the slightest bit. I would have apologized when I calmed down, but
yeah,
I would have apologized only because I felt bad or I felt embarrassed. Because I believe he's embarrassed. I do believe that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, when just the last few years of like Will Smith's life has been just fucked.
Well, I mean, there's all kind of shit that, and everybody keeps saying like, yeah, you can fuck my wife, but don't talk shit about her. Like, dude, their fucking sex life and their fucking the way they do things in their household ain't nobody's fucking business. That ain't got shit to do with it.
Like, at the same time, though, it's kind of like it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't see how, if they want to have an open marriage and that works for them, he shouldn't still be defending her because he still loves her. He wouldn't be married to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can love somebody, you can be in that open relationship and still love somebody. I mean, that's still, you know what I mean? Like your partner and stuff. You just, you don't give a fuck what they do on the weekend when they ain't around, and they don't give a fuck what you do when they ain't around, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That their shit is not my thing, but kudos.
Their shit is definitely not the norm.
Yeah, but be able to take the heat and flack for it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, that's part of being a fucking celebrity. And I think if he made a joke about Will and been like, hey, man, I see you're doing Fresh Prince again. Some things never fucking change, or, or some shit like that, made fun of him. That, oh, damn. Fucking put my knee on the table. I think if he'd have done something made fun of Will, there wouldn't have been an issue at all.
Yeah, there would have been nothing.
But you know, like it's the same thing. I go back to that Thanksgiving when I got ugly at my wife's family get together. If they'd have said something to me, there wouldn't have been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have probably laughed it off and shit, but they didn't. They chose to go after my wife, and I decided that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else we got to talk about?
Not much. I think we can get right into the song review, to be honest.
What song are we listening to today? The Dissident?
The Dissident by / Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
Nice.
Back on our World on Fire shit.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it up real quick.
It's been a while, I think, since we reviewed a song from this album.
From World on Fire, what was the last one we did?
I don't remember. I know we did like Wicked Stone. I think the last one we did was like Automatic Overdrive. And that was like maybe end of season 1, beginning of season 2.
Oh man, that's been a while.
It's been a while. And like I purposely intentionally didn't pull anything for Shawcast from that album because like as I've said a million times on the show already so far, it's like my favorite of the Conspirators albums.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also did Beneath the Savage Sun. I forgot about that one.
When did we do that?
That was like one of the early episodes. Then we were like 30 episodes deep when we did that one.
Huh. That must have been when we first decided to bring in solo material to stretch out the show a little bit.
Yeah, it was like like a few months afterwards.
Which I'm really glad that we did because I've discovered so much new music. I didn't know Loaded sucked. I didn't know.
No, Loaded sucked.
I didn't know Izzy had
a t-shirt.
Before we started doing that, I mean, I knew I'd never bothered to listen to it, but I didn't understand, exactly why.
Yeah, same here. I mean, like the only thing we probably knew was like, oh, Slash makes some really good fucking solo shit, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it's like, oh yeah, I'll probably listen to Steven Adler shit, and they'll like never do it, and it'll be like 65 on a rocker chair. I got time now. Put up my Spotify, young boy.
What is this bullshit?
Why does this sound like 2012? I don't like that year. Everyone was thinking about the end of the world and dying and shit, and they made really horrible movies about the mine apocalypse. They all sucked. Especially that one with John Cusack.
I remember New Year's Day 2013. I had just been to a fucking huge New Year's Eve party. And me and my buddies were all hung over to the point we couldn't move. And we laid on the floor watching 2012 documentaries on January 1st, 2013.
Oh yeah,
because Netflix hadn't took all those "the world's going to end in 2012" shows off of their shit yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, on January 1st, 2013, we laid there watching fucking 2012 documentaries all day.
Yeah.
And then I think I tweeted that day and I said, I've been sitting here watching all these 2012 documentaries while I was hungover, and I think there might be something to this.
Yeah. Fucking 2012. God. What a year.
All right. You ready to get in?
Yeah, let's get into this review. This is going to be a good one. Because I remember this song. It's a good one. So.
Don't you enter the tractor. Hey, mama, go and grab the tractor.
I like it so far.
Yeah. Fun fact, I actually have the lyrics pulled up here. I thought this was like some when listening to this before, I'm like, this is like some randomly sampled thing from some random song. No, it's actually Todd Curtin's doing this intro.
What's he saying?
Conscientious objector. Hey mama, go and grab the tractor. Daddy says I gotta till these fields tonight. And he's just talking about where the fuck's my tractor and all this shit. So I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna rewind now. I'm gonna rewind and do it again.
Conscientious objector. Hey mama, go and grab the tractor. Daddy says I gotta till these fields tonight.
This is Todd Kearns.
Apparently.
I wonder what
this
a Todd
genius. Yeah.
I wonder what a Todd Kearns solo album will look like. This is it.
Oh, it'll be awesome. Get him covering other Slash stuff.
like this.
Like this. Have them just do Dr. Alibi and like all like the solo slash stuff where like all those guest singers. Just have them imitate those guys.
Me an alibi.
Where the fuck's my tractor? I said, Mama, I done lost that tractor again.
Jenny, who can I turn to?
And it's not that I'm afraid to die. Stand up for my own. There are some things that I can't deny. Deep within my soul, don't believe it all in what we're fighting for. And I can see that we were
I'm not hating it so far.
It's very fucking catchy. Like this could have been like a single that could release to radio like off the album, and I feel like it should have been.
I'm kind of digging it. Like
just from that opening riff, even like Myles Kennedy in the chorus. You know, whoa,
Yeah.
that's something catchy people could fucking sing along with.
I mean, I don't hate that shit. I listen to the Misfits. So.
It's true. It works, man. Harmonies and melodies, bro. You match that shit together. Whew.
Yeah, make a good song. Take
Damn right.
notes, Duff.
Damn right, I agree with that.
Father said it's time to be a man, to serve for what you know.
So I got up and I slapped the shit out of that motherfucker for talking shit about my wife at the Oscars.
And then the internet forced me to apologize to later.
The next day.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're recording this the next day.
Yeah, like literally. Oh, well, 2 days after it happened. So
was it? Has it been 2 days?
Yeah,
have I been laughing at this?
We
for 2
record
days?
on a Sunday. We're on a Tuesday right now, bro.
Huh. Well, you know what I was doing when we got done. So it's been 2 days of that.
Hanging with Buff Bagwell, finding out that grinders for pussy, not weed. Smoking dudes
I
with
knew
Buff
a
Daddy.
grinder was. I didn't always know what Tinder was, though. Did I ever tell you the story about the first time I got on Tinder?
Oh my god, I don't think I've ever told you. Ever told me this or
Okay, so I was
this in
married.
general. All right.
I was married at the time, and everybody was on Tinder, and everybody was talking about Tinder. So I thought it was a new social media like Twitter.
Yeah.
So I signed up, and then I signed up, and it said, "What do you want to see, men or women?" So I didn't realize what I was saying. So I was like, "Both, I guess." Why the fuck are you asking me that? Because I got a lot of friends. And then I saw all my buddies on there, so I'm like liking all my buddies, swiping on them, trying to, because I thought we was gonna be friends now on Tinder. And one of them ended up texting me and was like, "Yo, dude, I saw you got a Tinder account," and I was like, "Yeah, man, did you add me?" I tried to add you on there, and they was like, "No, I didn't." And I was like, "Oh, dude, why not?" And he was like, "Dude, do you know what that is?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, I was like, "I get." Well, I didn't say no because I thought I knew what it was. I thought it was fucking social media. I was like, he's like, "Yeah, it's like Twitter and shit, I guess." I ain't figured out how to post on there yet, but whatever, we'll figure it out. And he was like, "Dude, it's for meeting up and fucking." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I quit. I had to delete it real quick. And then my wife was there, like, because she was there when I got the phone call, and she was like, "What's going on? Like, what's up?" and everything. And so I was like, "Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute." So I had to figure out how to delete the fucking profile altogether so other people wouldn't see it. And then I had to delete the account and everything and get completely, and then I deleted the app. And so I finally told her, I just told her the truth. I was like, "Listen, this is what happened." And she thought that was the funniest shit. in the fucking world. And I was embarrassed by it, but
Yeah.
like at the time. But like she was telling all her friends and shit. And I'm like, don't tell every fucking
It is funny though.
So that was my one day short-lived Tinder experience when it first came out, and I was lucky enough to have a friend good enough to see me on there to call me, and knowing I didn't know what the fuck I was doing before too many other people saw. All right, I'm gonna hit play again.
Father does not understand. My conscience won't let go. Don't believe it all in what we're dying for. Now I can see that we were wrong. And though the bombs keep falling in the dead of the night, I'm singing. I guess I'll never stop believing that love's still alive. Singing.
I'm gonna pause again. So
Yeah.
Caputo can read us some lyrics.
Hell yeah. These will actually like. I actually finally decided to do the research and be like, what the fuck is dissident mean? So for those that didn't know, I didn't know until like 10 minutes ago. I said, let me actually search this. The song's been out for like ever, and I didn't even know what the fuck the word, the title meant. So dissident, a person who opposes official policy, especially that of the authoritarian state. Or base, that's the noun, and if used as an adjective, it's to be in opposition to official policy.
Well, read us some lyrics then. Let's see if we can piece that together, because I'm not hearing that in these lyrics.
Looking at the lyrics, it actually does fit in really well. We'll start from the first verse. And it's not and it's not that I'm afraid to die. I stand up for my own. There is something that I can't deny deep within my soul. I don't believe at all in what we're fighting for, and I can see that we were wrong. And then the chorus, and the bombs keep falling in the dead of the night. I'm singing. Oh,
Okay, see, I wouldn't catch it in that part.
yeah, and I guess I've never stopped believing that love can survive. Whoa.
Okay, so that does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm digging it so far.
It's really good. Just like the riff, everything, just how it's structured.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now we're getting to that bridge, and the solo, I believe, is a pretty good one.
All right, well, we'll hit play and let's get into it.
Wanna turn and walk away. Just leave it all, 'cause it's not our place. No, it's not our place to stay.
Solo time. Oh, almost.
Before we do, Myles has some fucking chops on him.
Dude, he's got range on the song. You hear that high note?
Yeah, I've been saying all along, man, people give Myles in this community shit all the fucking time just because he's not Axl.
Exactly.
And really, when he's singing songs that are made for Myles and that weren't made for Axl, it's night and day.
Yeah, because this is stuff him and Slash basically just write. Like, all the SMKC albums were like that, unless they get input from some other band members. But it's like 90%, 95 even probably, Slash and Myles just writing lyrically, musically, whatever.
Yeah, well, they're doing a fine job, I think. All right, let's hit that solo. like the transition there.
Oh, it's perfect. You get more of that same riff, the do 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 do, and then right into a solo. And we got a
And then
nice
it goes
little
into the
bridge,
hook.
sort of. Yeah, like this is like very like radio friendly, and that's why, like I said earlier, this would have been like a perfect, even like a third or fourth single if you really want to extend promoting this album. Could have definitely been on like some sort of modern rock radio or whatever at the time.
Oh yeah, I'm digging it. All right, let's wrap it up.
Never stop believing that love can survive. Singing, and all the bombs keep falling in the dead of the night. I'm singing, I guess I never stop believing.
Did this album chart?
That I have to look up actually. Hang on, I'll look up World on Fire.
I'd be interested in knowing that. And that's the Dissident.
Yeah.
Slash.
Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. To answer your question, actually, here on Commercial Performance, World on Fire entered the Billboard 200 at number 10, selling 29,000 album equivalent units. I guess that's what they do now to offset like streams and stuff.
Yeah.
In its first week of release. In the second week, the album dropped down to number 37.
Okay.
Like it was a good first week, then it kind of dropped. And then it dropped to 66. As of January 21st, 2015, World on Fire sold more than 80,000 copies in the US. In Canada, the album peaked at number 4 on the Canadian Albums chart. In the UK, it peaked at number 7 and certified silver by the British phonographic industry. Then it gives me all the peak positions for all the places it charted at.
Rock and roll is still popular everywhere but America for some damn reason.
Yeah. Well, this album hit number 1 in the US Top Hard Rock. And it hit number 1 in Sweden and Switzerland.
Okay. Well, let's do final thoughts on the song. Who's going first today?
No, I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, I thought that basically it was it wasn't by any means a banger, I don't think. Like it wasn't, I wouldn't put it in there with like fucking Night Train or anything, but it's not a channel changer either. It's a really, I enjoyed the song, man. I was having fun. That's another, we talk about when it's a good song, it's hard to do a podcast. You just want to listen to it. I just wanted to listen to the song. I'll probably go listen to it again after this so I can hear it. But my initial this is literally the first time I've heard this song. I have not heard this before. Even though I own the record, I haven't actually heard this song before. And if I have, I don't remember it. But I don't hate it. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I'll give it a 3.5.
Ooh, okay.
And that's my review.
Alrighty. I think I'm gonna go like even more than the 3.5 because I feel like probably with my bias, I've listened to the song like a shit ton of times. As I've mentioned probably 1,012 times on this podcast, World on Fire is my personal favorite of the Conspirator albums so far. The song just from like top to bottom is fucking kick ass. I still don't get with the fucking whole intro with Todd Kearns there, if it actually is Todd Kearns. That's what it says on Genius, so I don't know. But now that I actually know it's Todd Kearns, kudos to him, man. He'll get points for that. So I was originally going to go like 4.5. You know what? Fuck it. Full 5 out of 5. The riff is just catchy. Dude, Myles with the vocals matching sort of the key and the beat and the tempo there of the song as well. I feel like this is like when Slash finds like the right sort of singer to mesh his riffs and style with, it works really well. I'd say like even the stuff with Axl back in the early days, Myles Kennedy, and I know we mentioned over and over again Rod Jackson during that second Snake Pit album.
Mm-hmm.
That's Chef's Kiss, A+ tier right there. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. I love the song. I listened to it probably God knows how many fucking times. It's definitely one of my most listened to Slash songs, I'd say.
Maybe the old timey shit was supposed to be like, because we had 2 world wars practically back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And back when all that music was going on, that type of music was during a very war-y time in our history. So maybe that's what they were trying to communicate with that.
Definitely seems like it. And like now that I actually like put 2 and 2 together, what the word fucking dissident actually means, it very much fits in well, meshes with those lyrics.
Yeah. Well, what did you guys think? Let us know. Links are in the description to get to our Discord and everything else to communicate with us. We hope you will do so. We look forward to hearing from you. We're about to spin the wheel and find out what we're going to do next week. But before we do, we made a little announcement on Shotcast Saturday this week.
Yeah, last week by the time this year.
Yeah, well, yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That we think that you guys, if you didn't listen to Shotcast, we should probably tell you what that announcement is here. We probably should have done it at the beginning of the show, but we were too excited to talk about.
Just to remind everyone, so Shotcast is going on a bit of a seasonal hiatus right now. We're basically starting the spring/summer of Dizzy. So for those who were on our Patreon, you remember Getting Dizzy with It, which is our video-only exclusive show there. But we are bringing it now to the masses, to everyone on Spotify, everywhere, wherever you listen to us. You're going to get that now every Saturday. We're going to be re-uploading, re-airing season 1 week by week. We did, I think, 13 or 14 episodes right there.
I don't remember either.
It was 13 songs, then we did a 14th one just to sort of wrap up the album, give our final thoughts on it as well. And then following the end of that, of the rebroadcast of Getting Dizzy with It, we're going to have a season 2. Getting Dizzy with It is returning for a second season. We're not doing an actual second Dizzy Reads the album. We're going to do it a little differently. So we're going to be covering Hookers and Blow. They did an entire album of covers. And we're going to be covering that week by week, track by track, in our second season of Getting Dizzy with It. No. Bring back the intro if you can find it.
I'm gonna have to find that intro and get it on here.
That was good shit.
Do I still have that on here? Maybe. No, I don't.
Oh, damn it.
Shit. I don't think I do anyway. No, it's not here. We'll get it all together before then. I love how we decided to bring Getting Dizzy with It to and by the way, season 2 of Getting Dizzy with It will not be behind a paywall like season 1 was. It will be free on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast, just like everything else that we put out. So that's good news. Look forward to that. We are phasing out our Patreon. So in the future, all of our content will be free and available to you on this feed. So with that being said, I'm excited for it. I'm actually looking forward to doing season 2 of Getting Dizzy with It, even though sometimes those nights got fucking long.
Oh, super. As you'll notice halfway through the first season.
We got crazy on Getting Dizzy with It, and I'm excited to see what we'll come up with to get crazy with on season 2, because it ain't Guns and Radio, so it ain't gonna be Guns and Radio. It's gonna be its own thing.
Dude, especially for us to sort of re-listen, rewatch, and sort of relive that again. It's been a while, so I'm definitely looking forward to whatever.
There's all kinds of guests that come in on the whim.
Some people even made their debuts actually as guests on there.
Yeah, so it's going to be real exciting to be bringing that to you in its entirety for the first time. So most people that listen to our stream are going to hear Getting Dizzy with It for the first time in place of Shotcast Saturday. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to rewatching a lot of these too. I'm not going to lie, because it's been long enough now. It's been a year since we made this show?
Yeah, it's been over a year actually.
Well,
just about, I think, a year.
Wow.
We started, I think, sometime around this time last year, March 2021, I believe was the first upload, I think.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's been over a year then. So, I'm excited, man, personally. So, we hope you enjoy it. And if you're listening to Getting Dizzy with it and you think, wow, they went off the fucking rails and they got crazy, it was behind a paywall at the time.
That's why.
We never anticipated that we were going to bring this here.
Not at all, man.
So,
not at all.
I don't know what we can expect to go on. Like, you'll hear me just call random ass people and ask.
Yeah, you're sending the link to everyone on your Facebook.
we would tape Getting Dizzy with It. We'd get halfway through the show, and I realized, okay, we've done the show now. Fuck it, let's go hog wild for the next hour and a half, and so the end of Getting Dizzy with It is where the crazy shit
The
happens.
lengths vary. We started with like 15, 20-minute episodes, and there's one that goes like an hour and a half.
And then we say fuck it. Start getting stupid. And you remember at the time we were still doing GN Extra. So we do Guns and Radio, GN Extra, Shotcast Saturday, and Getting Dizzy with It. We'd be sitting here like the sleep deprivation was kicking in. It was a school night. It was so I'm kind of excited because I don't think I've gone back and looked at Getting Dizzy with It since its initial airing. So I'm kind of excited to see what I looked like, what you looked like. You don't look no different to me, in my opinion. I don't never remember you changing, but I change every fucking few months.
I used to have a green screen background. Now it's just here's my wall, here's my window.
You know what? I like it so much better this way.
Yeah,
it connects us into reality. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
But fuck yeah, Getting Dizzy with It starts this Saturday.
This coming Saturday, you're gonna hear the very first episode over on our feed, wherever you get our podcasts.
So be looking for that. And do you want to spin the wheel and see what we're doing next Monday?
Hell yeah, let's spin that wheel, brother. Let's see what's going on 155.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do.
Raven by Izzy Stradlin.
Raven
is it? Wow. Quoth the Raven nevermore. Izzy Stradlin.
I guess so. I've never heard of this one, but we will.
Yeah. Well, we never heard any of Izzy Stradlin, so basically it's all new to us.
We didn't hear much of it. So
yeah, not at all. I'll have to look up the lyrics, see if it's just him repeating the same words 17
Raven!
That's so Raven.
What about me? What about Raven?
Or he was just inspired, like he saw a bird, he's like, I'm writing a song about you, bird. You're on my next album, but it's only on iTunes.
I remember one time in school, I got in trouble and I had to stay in at break and I had to write a poem the teacher made me write called Ode to a Dove. And I wrote, little dove in the sky, why you do that in my eye? Little dove in the air, why you do that in my hair? Let's see if Izzy comes up with something similar for Ravens. I'd love to see if our creative juices kind of intertwine right there. That'll be
I hope so.
Interesting episode. Yeah. Getting Dizzy with It starts this Saturday. And if you're listening on this feed right now and you're already subscribed, you don't have to do a thing. It'll come to you in your subscriptions, just like everything else we do. Mm-hmm. And if you're not subscribed yet, go on ahead and subscribe because you ain't going to want to miss Getting Dizzy with It when it comes out this Saturday. And next week on Guns and Radio, we're going to be reviewing Raven by Izzy Stradlin. But all of that is what's upcoming. But for today, unfortunately, that's all we got for you, folks.
Yeah, we went an hour 20, man. We went fucking long today.
Yeah, we did go long. I don't know if it's just because I'm drunk and rambling or what, but
Dustin, that's you every week on this podcast. Come on.
This is true, man. This is true. That's why you got to reel me in, man. You got to say, shut the fuck up, Bonez. And
no, man. People love hearing us talk. Come on. That's why we have like nearly 90,000 plays. Thank you, by the way. We're getting close to another bonus show. So
yes, we are very pleased with the community that has been built around our show. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here for this episode. And until next time, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I am Chris Caputo. We'll see you next week. We'll be reviewing some Izzy Stradlin. We are going to be re-airing Getting Dizzy with It. So get fucking dizzy with it starting this Saturday. And until then, guys, keep it locked here. Subscribe. Stay safe and peace out.
And keep on rocking in the free world.
Not on Spotify.